Once again, miserable yesterday. Why? Because a black person made a wrong decision. And every wrong decision that they make causes harm. Every bad, on the moment, on the spot decision that they make towards Caucasian people, undoubtedly, there's a harm factor to it. Either psychological or physical. Most recent, physical. Told to move from sitting down to face sub-zero temperatures and try to look for sleep in that condition. They wouldn't be able to sleep in there. They think they would with what I got? Nah, they freeze out there. They would move and go into the shelter to their train because it's their train, not our train. It was a topic of interest in the morning that should raise concern as a doctor is the mass displacement of Caucasian people from the mass displacement of African American people in New York City. These people are squeezing people like me out on a day-to-day basis. On a day-to-day basis. Because I got a track record of success. I got a computer. They see me working. They see me consistently doing something. I'm not lounging back and smoking weed and letting the day go past. No, I'm busy. And if I want to drink at the end of the day, I drink. But that's as far as my liberal, right, what's left of my liberal me at 40 years old is going to be. But they are displacing Caucasian people by every action that they take towards me and towards other white people out here. Consistently. If they're going to say something to you out of a spur of the moment, it's some racist harassment, civil issue shit. They're looking to take your rights from you and then lay back and then make more. Just right after they take your freedom to sit where you want, then they want to complain about you sitting somewhere else and complain again at the other seat, at the other seat, at the other seat, at the other seat. Because this is what they want. This is by design. What the city has turned into, you know, it isn't the thousands of people that came here to have fun and skateboard and slept on the street and didn't care, drinking, going to Chrome parties, Supreme parties, and going back to Florida. Right? It's not the same people anymore. You can notice that those people that do that are not here no more because they've displaced the nice people out of here. They have sandwiched from the south and from the north all the nice people out of New York City by discriminating them daily, by doing things to them consistently that make them explode, right? Like, look, my smile looks funny, right? I'm sleeping in sub-zero instead of sleeping where I believe I'm most comfortable, right? Which is a few steps down the road, right? I can't sit there in the steps because you're too comfortable. You got to go freeze out there, you see? That's what they turned into, fam. But nobody's aiming the finger at the displacement. And that should be absurd. That should be up for grabs for any tenant giving out rent in New York City and say, we can't take no Negro because there's too many Negroes in the city. That's it. That's what has to be done. In employment, the same thing. Too many black people in retail in New York City. You guys have all the jobs. We gotta show a different face. We gotta show the black and white cookie now. It's not just the black side, you see? Cause it's serious, bro. It's not a game. I mean, some people you see that there is still some white people. They mostly Hispanic. There's not white people like me out here. It's all brown. And they look at you funny. Right? They're all brown. They're not really a hint of real white. They're all brown. You know, they're all in the dark spectrum. You know, like they're to their side of the spectrum and not to the white one. And it's because they getting them out. They pumping them out. They making decisions against them that make them leave, right? Lack of social equity, you know, city equity, right? Basic support, right? It's just people together in a common goal to make people leave. 'Cause that's all they want. And And that's what I've found. That's the essence of what I've experienced out here. If I take this and distill every incident with these people, my teeth, my face, beating me beating me on the subway train, decisions that continue to take place in a moment's notice outside, right? All of this leads to the essence of looking to force Caucasian people to leave. Not homeless white people, because I'm pretty sure this city has no problem with homeless white people that are working, that have a track record, that are doctors, right? People that did this for years, you see? Because I've been outside since I was 18. I'm 40 now, you see? So the city is showing that there's needs to investigate the mass displacement of Caucasian people, which is high evidence to further research the claim, right? As a gap in the literature of why white people are leaving the city, and I'm giving you hints, right? Unfair decisions that cause them harm, physical decisions that cause them psychological harm by African American people, the displacement, the rent thing, they taken over all the rents in New York City at some moment. It's very likely that during COVID, there were lots of apartments that were open for that people, right? A lot of people died in New York City. That's probably when they took the opportunity to take over some apartments, to move in. Right? You could say like the real mass displacement happened during COVID-19. And these marginalized communities, all these Afro-Americans, slotted themselves in these apartments, and you have now a real big issue, a pressing issue, an issue that affects people like myself on a day-to-day basis. That's not a walk in the park in New York City anymore. You're under consistent harassment and discrimination by African American people. You have to know where to be. You can't be on the street. You can't be on Fifth Avenue. You can't be at 14th Street. You can't be on Greenwich. You can't be Williamsburg, Uptown. You can't be in Harlem. You can't be nowhere because you're not white, because you're not black. You can't be on the train at overnight because you're not black. You see? So there's a big pressing issue over what's happening, and it has to be studied. And I think I've already, labeled sufficient information to make a study. I said it yesterday. Mass displacement of African Americans that were in the north of Queens and Long Island. Right? Maybe they want to move in the city, maybe not. Maybe they want to move in closer, but all of Queens, Long Island, the beginning tip in Long Island, right? All of Queens, the north of Queens, which is all of right to the Bronx, Hunts Point, all the way down Long Island. That's all African American people. Those are all African American homes and African American communities. There's not a lot of white people up there, and you could tell because you go to the nearest Walmart and there's nobody white in there. You could go to the nearest Costco and there's nobody white in there. You see, because I've already went. And that's Long Island Railroad FAR. That's all them. Oh, legalized, right? The people from the north. Cannabis legalization, right? Recreational cannabis drove a lot of people from other places. Atlanta, nearby. They're not gonna move from California because there's a legal weed. They're gonna come from Georgia. They're gonna come from Atlanta. They're coming from the Carolinas, from Florida, from New Orleans, and you got a situation in which every boxcar at night is full of African American people. You got a situation in which the train is full of African American people. You can't be in there. You'll be raped, abused, injected with drugs. You can't sleep. They'll call it that you're on dope. Inject your legs with dirty needles, Narcan or whatever. They'll abuse you. Oh, the mass displacement. You could study it. People from African American people from the north of New York City and the south of New York City have moved in and are squeezing people like myself out. They're squeezing white people out. And already 100,000 of them have already left, citing the same problem. Right? current literature states that over 100,000 Caucasian people disappeared this city. Why? Because they are looking to do harm to you. They are looking to mess up your teeth. They are looking to mess up your hair. They're discriminating. They're making decisions that cause harm. They are looking with these hand gestures, right? Oh, punishment, punishment, punishment. That's all they want. And they are really punishing people. They are really, with their decisions, harming people. They're not nice people. They are harming other people. Every decision that they make, either in HRA or a park on the street, they are looking to do harm to you. On the subway train, looking to do harm to you. It's consistent. Oh, I'm still here. I'm still going to be here. I'm waiting for them to complain on the bench that I'm sitting. I'm waiting for the day that they go say, oh, no, you can't sit on that bench now. You see? Because it's a babalao. Santeria now. A little Santeria talk. Babalaos against all of Oshun, all of Yemaya. Babalao don't give a shit. Babalao, you asked it for a spoon to give you a sword. Babalao is not a. Babalao thinks that he could use you as a tool, but when he realized that you are not going to be a tool to him, you are useless to him. Babalao are dangerous, even in Santeria. And the city is full of Babalao to the rim. So they're just obstacles to your success consistently. And these are people that have deep African roots. These are people that have deep Caribbean, real Arab African roots up in the city. And they're against everything you do. Against everything you do. They're not in favor. If you're trying to be warm, they want you cold. If you're comfortable, they want you uncomfortable. And it's consistent. If you're beautiful, they want you unbeautiful. If you're rich, they want to take your riches from you. All right? That's what they are. And they are like that even in Cuban witchcraft. Don't pay attention. Santeria don't lie. Santeria don't lie. Babalao is everywhere. And he turned people to his favor. Consistently. Everyone is to their favor here. They don't even want to talk about him. They don't even want to talk about him. And they're deep in civil rights issue with Caucasian people in the city. And nobody want to talk about it. Right? The whites that are on their side are not experiencing any civil rights issue. So they're either mute, silent, or want to silent you. It's serious. Not a game. There's no dog walk out here anymore. You're not safe. You go to sleep and they start walking, looking at you still. They want to lock eyes. When they don't like you, they want to lock eyes. If they don't care who you are or where you're at, they keep their heads straight. But soon, in about an hour and a half, you're going to have these black people stand there with radios looking consistently, keeping their eyes on the target. And you'll be minding your business. You don't care they're there, but they'll be looking, staring. Yeah. If those people stared at me like that, I'm pretty sure more than 10,000 people left because that's happening alone. Just because of that. Staring. All right? Because my computer is out. Because this, that, the target. I'm the target. Yeah. The same as 100,000 people that left the city were also their targets. And they flew the heck out with their children. They disappeared the city. Hope y'all have a good day. I'm going to play my game in my phone. I made it today. I wasn't supposed to make it at 6 in the morning because I'm sleeping in freezing temperatures, but I show face. They have to see me every day at 6 in the morning. I'm going to try my best to be here. They have to suck on that quenepa and that limoncillo. Tienen que chuparse el limoncillo bien chupado, because I'm not going to stop doing what I need to do, no matter if they looking to put obstacles in my path, make me real uncomfortable, all right? I'm not going to hop on the train. I'm not going to leave the city, right? That's all they trying to do. Instead of leaving me alone, I'd be laying down still. But no, from laying down, right, having to leave because, aggressive, right, getting aggressive over me, getting comfortable. The African-American community came out of nowhere to complain about me laying down. I had to get up and sleep in the rain, right? Sleep with rain on me. Then winter came, I started sitting down and I can't sit. Wonderful. Remember, it's Babalaw's world. Babalaw's world is a tribe man in a hut. It's his world. He decides what people do in his world is his vision. And his vision is not right for us, because we're going through some shit and it's their fault. We don't look at ourselves in the mirror anymore, and it's their fault. All right? We're not pretty anymore, and it's their fault. They made me look like this. I was not like this when I got here. It's their fault for putting their hands on me. You see? But they don't want to accept that. White people don't want to listen to that. La, 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 la. Babalaw, my friend. Babalaw, my friend. And they're in chains. White people in favor of them, in chains. They're slaves. In chains. Any whites in favor of Babalaw? Slaves. Pure slaves. I hope y'all return and start seeing with crystal eyes, because they're trying their hardest to get me out of here. They're trying their hardest to stop me from being a figure of white success out here. I'm a doctor, I got the expensive computer, I eat a lot, they're looking to stop you from doing what you got to do. Just trying to ruin you. Because if I had a shower, I'd probably still be doing laundry and showering. But they took that too. That's how Babalaw is. Babalaw knows you need a shower, but he's going to take the shower from you because he don't think you need a shower. That's Babalaw. That's the prime. That's what Babalaw is. 100% in Santeria literature. What you want is not what you want. It's what I want. Game over. Hope y'all have a good day. Pay attention. I already given a gap in the literature. If you guys are scholars, want to find out the displacement of 100,000 people and want to fill in that gap in the literature, I suggest you guys do so. I already given you tips. There's saturated density of African Americans in the north of New York City. Mass migration from cannabis legalization. COVID allowed these people to take over the city and squeeze white people out. Shit them out to the Midland. Hope y'all have a good day. And what they're doing is down to civil rights, baby. It's down to civil rights. Who's responsible? Who has to be accountable? People giving out rent, businesses that are giving them the jobs, right? The lack of rules and guidelines on who to hire, right? To make it seem that we're still, because we're 100% divided right now. It's all them or us. It's not how it was 10 years ago. It's real division. And you could tell every day. You're the enemy, remember? They stare, and they stare, and they looking, and they looking, and they looking, and they fucking eyes don't stop looking at your body. That's because you're the enemy to them. Hope y'all have a good day. Peace.